The approval of ocrelizumab for multiple sclerosis by the FDA is a global breakthrough in the field of medicine. It is the first and only approved disease-modifying therapy for primary progressive multiple sclerosis, the first and only medicine approved for two types of MS, the relapsing and the primary progressive, and the first and only MS treatment to target CD20 positive B cells. Now, before moving on to the topic of my presentation, I would like to give a brief background on multiple sclerosis. MS is a chronic neurological disease for which there is no cure, and over time it will lead to some level of disability in most people. The cause of MS is currently unknown. In people with MS, the immune system attacks the insulation around nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord, causing inflammation, lesions, and potentially debilitating symptoms. MS is characterized into two types, relapsing form and the primary progressive form. Relapsing forms of MS are characterized by episodes of new or worsening symptoms or relapses, followed by periods of recovery. The primary progressive form is a highly disabling form of MS characterized by steadily worsening symptoms, usually without periods of improvement or remission. Pioneering science has shown the central role of B cells in the pathogenesis of multiple sclerosis by activation of pro-inflammatory T cells, secretion of pro-inflammatory cytokines, and production of autoantibodies directed against myelin, which ultimately leads to inflammation of the central nervous system and wearing away of the myelin sheath. Now we'll talk about the mechanism of action of ocrelizumab. The CD20 molecule is a transmembrane protein that is present in most cells of the human B cell lineage, but not on the stem cells, pro-B cells, or differentiated plasma cells. Ocrelizumab is a humanized monoclonal antibody designed to target the CD20 positive cells, or in simpler terms, an anti-CD20 antibody that depletes the circulating immature and mature B cells. The effector mechanism of anti-CD20 antibodies is complement-dependent cytotoxicity and antibody-dependent cellular cytotoxicity. Now, what this means is that Ocrevus works by decreasing certain B cells which have CD20 protein on its surface. Since CD20 protein is not found in all the B cells, other B cells will still be able to help the body fight against infections. There were mainly 3 clinical trials conducted to test the efficacy of ocrelizumab in MS patients, and these were namely OPERA-1, OPERA-2, and ORATORIO, where OPERA-1 and OPERA-2 were for relapsing MS and ORATORIO was for primary progressive forms of MS. The first figure shows that ocrelizumab, upon comparison with interferon beta-1a, which is also a class of medication prescribed to manage MS symptoms, in patients with relapsing MS, show a decrease in number of brain lesions as seen in MRI scans of the patients. Similarly, in the second figure, comparison among ocrelizumab 600 mg, interferon beta-1a 30 microgram and placebo is made, and it is found that the large number of patients receiving ocrelizumab are free from gadolinium enhanced lesions on MRI scans. The third figure shows that the patients receiving ocrelizumab, as shown by the blue color here, showed decreased annualized relapse rates over those receiving interferon beta-1a, as shown by the purple color. Also, a lower confirmed disability progression is seen with ocrelizumab administration compared to placebo doses, as shown by the fourth figure. Among other evidences of radiological and clinical efficacy is the decreased total volume of brain lesions on T20 weighted MRI scans. Percentage of brain volume loss was significantly lower, and there is also a reduction in number of new or enlarged T2 hyperintense lesions on MRI scans. Next, we focus on the safety of ocrelizumab. It is seen that there is an increase in prevalence of mild to moderate upper respiratory tract infections, nasopharyngitis, and urinary tract infection. Ocrevus is not associated with increased risk of any serious infection. Herpes virus and oral virus is also commonly reported, although the severity remains from mild to moderate. No opportunistic infections have been reported over the controlled treatment period. While the screening for hepatitis B is mandatory, screening for hepatitis C is recommended. Other commonly occurring side effects are infusion-related reactions of mild to moderate severity. These occur during or within first few hours of Ocrevus administration, mainly due to the type 2 hypersensitive reaction upon sustained cytokine release, and the symptoms may last for up to 24 hours. These reactions are managed with infusion rate adjustments and symptomatic treatment. and the frequency of these reactions are highest with the first dose and decrease with subsequent dosing. Clinicians have expressed concern about the increase in incidence of malignancies observed in extended phase, with greater emphasis on the increase in rate of breast cancer. Ocrevus may also cause decrease in some types of immunoglobulins and may weaken the immune system, although no cases of a rare brain infection called progressive multifocal leukoencephalopathy has been seen, but there remains a high risk for its occurrence with Ocrevus. So to conclude, data from ocrelizumab clinical trials reveal significant efficacy of this drug in treating relapsing MS and, more strikingly, the favorable results for PPMS. The long-term safety profile must be elucidated to understand the impact of these molecules on MS evolution. Thank you very much.